Welcome to Thrive Thursday and Happy New Year. We're super excited that all of you are here with us in 2026. I am a little under the weather today, but I'm going to feel so much better introducing my special guests that are speaking on this call. If you are not with us and you are watching us on the replay, we are still happy that you are watching us, and we're hoping that you're still watching us in 2026. As this is living on our YouTube page, and every week we get all real estate professionals together on Thursday, and we want to help you thrive. We bring in guest speakers that help you build your business. We bring in people that can help you with all of your clients, and we want you to all convert more leads in 2026. And so what a better way to start off Thrive Thursday, our very first one of the whole year, with two of my really good friends, Reza and Rob Santiago. They have built a large organization and have a plethora of knowledge for all of you out there, no matter what brokerage you are with. If you are interested in attracting agents to your brokerage, they are a resource for you. They run a very large team across the country, and they provide everything from credit services to business setup services to all types of humans. I went to one of their conferences and I was absolutely blown away by the people that were super involved in the business, making $1 million plus a year versus the single mom that had just started. And they all use these services. I actually use their services. So two things I want to point out to you that we're discussing tonight is being a CEO in 26 and in your business. And I feel like you can't set your clients up for success if you're not set up for success. So I'm going to have Reza and Rob walk us through an amazing software. It's super affordable. You can use it for yourself, and then I'll point out ways that you also can use it with your clients, but it actually gets you in the mindset that you're a business owner. So without further ado, I am going to pin my girl Reza on the screen. And how are you doing this evening?
I'm good. How are you? Happy New Year.
Good. Happy New Year. I'm going to bring our boy Rob over here too, because this is going to be on the recording. How are you doing, Rob, with your little space background?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Happy New Year, guys.
Good. I'm so excited. If you and Reza could just give us a little background story. I know you guys are good on playing off of each other. Just really how you started with this, because I think your story is really critical for everybody watching and everybody out there to understand why you got involved and how it got you to where you are today.
Yes, absolutely. First of all, thank you so much for having us, and shout out to everyone that's on the call on the first. What I told Betsy before the call, I was like, the hustlers will be on. So
Exactly.
my name is Reza Santiago, as Betsy said, and my story is very different because I just needed the services for myself. In 2017, I went through a divorce that unfortunately caused me to have to file bankruptcy, Chapter 7, and we all know that with a poor credit score, I really wasn't able to do anything after that bankruptcy. I found myself being denied for apartments, cars, you name it. And I was looking for a solution, and I just happened to run across from someone on social media, didn't know him, complete stranger, reached out. He was advertising about credit repair and being able to help. Didn't trust him. I didn't know him, but I took a leap of faith. I was introduced to the platform that I'm now a part of. This was in 2017. I started actually January 15, 2018. And my credit score took a big jump. I mean, I went up 196 points. I went from 500 credit score to almost a 700 credit score. I had 64 negative items deleted. But more importantly, I started to learn the financial basics like budgeting, saving, being
I
able
love that.
just all of the things that were really not taught. And then especially I started really learning the credit game and started to see how many other people need. I didn't realize how many other people needed this until we started offering the solution. And then about a
Do you know
month
how
or
many people I know, Reza, that make
yeah,
$150,000 to $100,000 a year and they have no budget? And they have, because people
Yeah.
associate credit repair and financial literacy with like poor people. And they fail to
correct.
understand that, like, I train hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of real estate agents, and like, they don't have their business set up. They don't have business credit cards. They're running everything through your personal social security number. So just to clarify, like, this is a platform for like anybody.
Yes, anybody and everybody. And then 2 months later, I met my husband now, I met him
Rob,
in the company. He had started a month prior to me. I met him, and we're now married. And he moved me back to Florida. I'm originally from Springfield, Mass. So Rob, if you want to tell them a little bit about, how you got started and how we met.
how you
Yeah,
acquired your wife, Rob?
yeah,
Yeah.
man. I'm super blessed, by the way. I give back to the company, and I got started 9 years ago. I was a Bank of America vice president when it was brought to my attention. I seen one of my customers use the service. Their score went up almost 90 points, and they walked out of bank with a pre-approval, and they caught my attention. I knew there was a lot of customers working with Bank of America who I can assist. And then personally in my own family, I knew mom, friends, aunts, cousins who can use the service. And yeah, I was always a people person. If I could point you in the right direction of something that could bless you, I'm gonna do it. And then I found out that you can actually refer the program and get into the business side of it. So I jumped in. I came in December of 2017. I did this while I was working at the bank, took it on as like a part-time on top of a call center and newspaper routes that I was doing just to make ends meet. And yeah, after a couple months of just sharing it, especially around the season, going into the tax season, new year, we crushed it. There was a lot of people who needed the help. There was a lot of people seeing results like what Raisa did, like what I did later on. I got results for myself as well, but we helped a lot of people. I met my wife in the company. I've seen her testimony and her become, a leader in the business, and we started to build from Massachusetts to Tampa to the West Coast and things.
They
God
just
really blessed
evolved
us.
like crazy.
Yeah, it
And then
blew
you
up.
met crazy people like me who end up going through their budget last year.
Yeah,
And no joke for everyone on this call, Raisa was like, Betsy, you have to like set up your software. Like you have to set up like your budget. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. A year
hmm
later, still hadn't done it. And I did it. And it was crazy between my personal and my business. We found no joke about $1,200 worth of random memberships
wow.
ranging from $10 to
A month.
$30 a month. So I started saving $1,200 a month. And now what's funny, Raisa, I have not confessed this to either one of you, is the other day when I was doing my tax returns, it's funny because me and the tax girl, I was like, wait, does that $15 thing really need to be there? And it's all because when we cleaned that up, last year, I'm a lot more conscious of that now that I have my budget plugged in the software. Now that I'm aware, and I think as a business owner, our budgets get out of control. Like, how much do we need to spend on marketing? Are we tracking the ROI that we received from that $200 of marketing? And so, if you can't do it in your personal life, you certainly can't do it in your business. So,
No.
I'm ready to dive in and I will unpin. Erase. I'm assuming you want to share your screen.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
share.
sure.
Hmm.
Okay, cool. So, I will unpin myself. Oh, it doesn't matter because it moves us anyways. Okay, cool. Super excited about this. So awesome.
Let me stop share. Hold on. Let me do it this way better. All right. So I can get the full stuff. All right, here we go.
Cool.
All right, so the program that we are going to talk about today is the program that obviously, I saw a lot of results with, and we have been doing this for, again, the last 8 years. It is the UCES protection plan. However, that is changing. They call it the UWE protection plan now so that it's cohesive. But technically, it's an all-in-one financial platform. So when a customer or a business builder comes into our platform, this is what the website looks like, and everyone gets their own personalized login. So what I want to do is give you guys a special treat so you can actually see what it looks like inside of the platform. So once you get started in the platform, hopefully my test account works. If not, oh, well, they changed it. Okay. Well, let's look at this one. Oh, not that one. Oh, they changed our test account. My bad, guys. Okay. So when a customer gets started, they have everything on their platform. So for example, they're able to log in and access a bunch of services. So first you fall on the dashboard, which kind of just tells you some of the basic things. Betsy, you'll be excited. We added some new stuff. So,
Okay,
um,
cool.
yeah, we added the protection plan intelligence, which is kind of like an AI assistant. So any questions that you have when it comes to your finances, and things like that, you can actually ask them within the database. The 360 financial view is also very important because it's the only place where you're kind of able to see your entire financial view once you set it up. So once you set up your financial view, you'll be able to see all three credit scores. You'll be able to see, the derogatory items that we found. You'll be able to see your savings goals once you put them in there, your debt, so that we have a payoff plan for your debt, and also your budgeting. So the 360 view allows you to see all of that in one shot. Now, when we get into the credit restoration section, this is our flagship product. Most people that come into our platform are looking for credit repair. However, this really fits with everyone's life, and you'll start to see what I mean by that. If you have good credit, there's many other benefits that you can get from the software. Now, you will be able to actually see your full three credit scores. It will break down the derogatory items. You'll be able to see a snapshot of your full credit report. But more importantly, all of the negative items that are on your credit reports will be extracted. And immediately, our company creates dispute letters on your behalf. All you do is upload a copy of your ID, photo ID, and a address verification, and we send out the letters on your behalf to start the dispute process.
And
All the
just so everyone on the call knows, you guys have gotten repossessions off, credit reports,
Yeah.
late payments, bankruptcy, child support. So, for all of the agents watching this on the current call or the replay, if you have people that come to you that want to get pre approved, I always say, it's not if you're going to get pre approved, it's when you're going to get pre approved. And this is not a system that's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. When you hear the cost of the system, you're going to like fall out because it's under like $100 a month. So, for anyone that's trying to get approved for a home that wants to go through credit repair, the first thing you guys should do is let them speak to the lender, find out what the lender wants done, and then they can get with Rob and Raisa, get started on this program, and they'll know how long it's going to take. It's not an overnight process. It's not overnight celebrity, but depending on what they need done, I mean, I have seen people have it happen in 60 days, 90 days. So just so everyone knows, that's how I would see this for clients. And if you do sign up your clients, you also do benefit from that as well.
Yes, which we will go over that as well. So, but everybody on the platform, customer, affiliate, everyone gets this service. And every 60 days, this is going to show up. It's going to pop up just like this. It's going to say, get your new score. So you'll be able to see what the progress has been. And you'll also be able to redispute any of those negative items as well. The credit analysis section breaks your credit down into the 5 segments, which is your payment history, your credit utilization. So here is very important because most people don't know where their credit card target balances need to be at. So for
I
example,
love this part.
Mhm.
I love this part.
Yeah,
So
it's
it
powerful.
basically tells you, the ratio that you're currently at and why, you should change that. So it gives you a little bit of education, and then it also gives you your target balance for each card.
And why
So
is that important, agents, for clients trying to raise their credit score to get pre approved? Because what they assume is they're paying something down to zero, and that's not the case. So, what they do is they go on Credit Karma or they do whatever they want to do, and they don't pay down the credit card to the correct target balance. So, as Raisa continues, she's going to show you how to get your score to a certain number and what needs to be done in order to do that. So, this is not just, hey, we're going to send these dispute letters. This is a roadmap. This is a plan. This is a plan for somebody. If I come to Raisa and say, hey, I have a 520 credit score, I need to get to a 680. How can I get there? What can I do to get there? Can we get some late payments off? Can we pay some things off? Here's the plan that the software has created for them. Am I right, Raisa?
yeah, completely right. And one of the things that I wanted to touch on is the same thing that you said. Most people, when they don't have a plan, guess what? They end up taking their tax money They end up paying collections, and that doesn't help their credit at all. It just shows up as settled. It doesn't get deleted. The charge off doesn't get deleted, and it doesn't help their credit at all. So when they come into the platform, we help them dispute those negative items because collections are usually the fastest ones to fall off because there's no proof that you owe that debt. But now they can actually use that money towards really seeing the credit jumps that they are looking for on the platform.
Or they could use the money as a down payment on their home. So if
Or,
we don't pay off collections that we
right,
don't need to pay off and we dispute the collections and we raise our credit score, put a one in the
correct.
chat if you have a client that has said, hey, I need to pay this off or I need to do this, or a lender has said that and they've been absolutely false.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's see how many ones we see. And I would put a one in the chat because dealing with some of the lenders, that's the first thing they tell you to do. And I get it because it shows as settled so they can move the loan, but that doesn't remove that negative history.
I
Correct.
can't type in anything on my chats. Like for some reason I had the black screen of death, so bear with
Oh,
So
me.
you're just saying one, Diego? You're
you're just
saying
saying
one?
one.
One.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, in the credit monitoring section, this is going to give access to what we call the Ultra Score, which it actually pops up another screen, but on there you can actually take action with the creditors directly. You can see your insurance score, your credit score, your auto score, and there's also live ID alerts in that as well. So this is just another added service, even though we're connected to Ultra Score, and that's how we get your scores, but you can actually log into Ultra Score and take advantage of all of the other things that they have. They even have your hiring score on there. So it's really cool to be able to see that. And every 30 days, you could do a refresh on that platform.
Can you show, is that the score builder? Is that what you can do, like a rapid rescore basically?
Correct. Well, it's like the Ultra Score that is connected to the platform. So, for example, there's usually a button here that says access, but it's not coming up right
Okay.
now. But basically what it does is you can do a refresh here every 30 days to see
Okay.
where you are. But yes, you can go through the score builder and take action. And then the score boost actually tells you the same thing that it says on the other one where it says target balance. But it's pretty cool because now you're able to say, okay, well, if I have certain amount of money, where should I put it? So let's say if you want to pay, 2,700, it's going to tell you how to do it and how many points your score will
Love
go.
that.
So it kind of
Lays it all out for you.
yeah, exactly. And then it also tells you your future score, right? If you get
And
those
I don't know how many of y'all have kids on this call, but my son is also involved in this program. I have to renew his membership apparently for like rates of the 15th time. However, it's been super helpful for Jalen because Jalen's 22. He's about to turn 23 in January. He again is on track to make almost $75,000 this year selling cars. They have no clue how to budget. And so one of the things I'm going to do with him as a parent in the new year, Raisa, because we're starting everything off fresh,
I
is
love
sit
it.
down with him and help him fill out this budget and get the right secured cards and do all those things. Because think about it, if I would have had somebody back in the day when I was 18, 17, set this up correctly. Because it not only has this, it has life insurance, it has a will, it has everything. So that's one of my goals. So hold me accountable, Rob and Raisa, because I want to make sure Jalen is because he had really great results. I think you guys got him up 65 points originally. So I'm going to reset this up for the budgeting purpose because I love that.
We can do a budgeting class, just saying.
I'm down.
Yeah, so talking about budgeting, it leads right into the next product, which allows our clients to use a budgeting tool. So every single month, you can come here and start adding your budget. Now, once you set it once, it's just maintenance. So once you come in here, for instance, if you're going to start your January, you can enter your income on here. It's going to save it. You start to put in your expenses. So for example, it does have a kind of like a sample budget right now, but as you go through and put your information in, you can then save that so that you can see, and you can start to see your budget calculator report, like, was I on budget this month? Was I not on budget this month? And what happened? So I think just keeping track of it is just a really big deal. And this is what we did with Betsy. And I'm like, wait, what's this on your bank statement? What's this?
You know who needs to do it? I see a Daniel Perez on the call. I believe that we've talked about his membership usage. Danny, you missed the beginning of the call. I'm not joking. Raisa, how much? I'll let Raisa tell you. How much did you save me a month last year going through the budget and taking off my memberships?
We were outside making calls, canceling stuff. I'm asking her like, what's this? She didn't even know what was coming out of her. I'm like, how do you not know what this is? And by the time we finished and we did all the calculations, she said it was $1,200, if not more,
A month.
a month. Yes.
Yeah, I got some
And it
work
was
to
like
do.
$10 here, $15 here,
Think
$150
about
here.
that. It's 12 subscriptions at $100.
Yeah.
Like they start to add up, and like you said, you seeing 15
Weren't you
just for the
paying
gym
for like
membership.
someone's gym membership or
Yes,
something?
a gym membership. There was also like I still have that stupid HBO Max. I've never signed up for it in my life. That was we flagged that. That's like only $15, but I want that off my thing. But this
Oh,
budgeting part here, I also feel like because you can add any categories that you want. Can you have more than one budget or only one?
You can
Yeah, you
only
could
have
do different.
one in here, I think. And then it allows you to like maintain it. So
Okay.
you could change it or
But
transfer
you
copy
could
it
still,
over.
if you wanted to, if you're a small business owner,
Mhm,
you
mhm.
still could have things for your business on your budget. If you're small enough that you're really just claiming one tax return and you really want to lay that out for the year, you could still utilize that to do that though.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. But this is huge. Even every month I go through it, and when Rob sees me, I'm going over here like, what is this? And we're canceling subscriptions, and so it does take maintenance. But I can't tell you how many times I found a Netflix account that wasn't mine being charged. I'm like, I know I have Netflix, but I didn't realize I had two Netflix coming out every month. So it's something that you have to take time to do, but it's so beneficial and gives you that peace of mind.
My mother-in-law has some free Netflix for a while.
I love that.
She sure did. She was like, "Oh, I didn't know." I'm like, "Of course you didn't know. You just thought you had free Netflix." Um, the debt elimination tool, this right here is a game changer. This is one of the products that can touch every single person's life.
Yeah, this
Good
is good.
credit, bad credit, business owner, six-figure earner, seven-figure earner, does not matter. Everybody has debt. They have credit cards, they have a car, they have a house payment, and they want to get out of that debt, right? And so it's important to keep track of the debt as well, just how we do with the budget, but have a plan to eliminate the debt. Now, when the clients come into the system, all of their debt that's on the credit report imports into the system. So it doesn't have to be done manually.
Oh,
The
that's cool. I didn't know that.
The only thing that needs to be changed and edited manually is the interest rates, because obviously the system can't know what the interest rate is on these things. So, for example, if you look at your credit card statement for Common Capital, all you have to do is go to the statement. It says the APR. You would change it here. Right now, it's more like 29.9%, which makes a big difference. And if you see that, it says, look, based on the interest that you put in here, you'll never pay this card off. So it's really funny when you see that because it's the truth and it actually says it right on the bank statement. So this is when we start to really look at the debt in a whole different way. But once you're able to edit the interest rate, so let me just put an 18% for now on this one. Now it will recalculate everything and it will actually tell you, okay, what are your current balances, your monthly payment, and your interest rate. Once you do that, it'll tell you your current debt plan. So this means that based on you just paying your monthly payments right now, that this is what you're looking at. So for in this example, if you owe $138,000 and your monthly payment is $3,427, your projected interest is $40,973.22,
A lot.
which is a lot of money. So what we do is then we actually create an accelerator debt plan. This doesn't require any additional money to be thrown at it. What this does is that it actually saves you more money on interest and the payoff time is faster if you do it with that. Now, if you look at the difference here, I mean, it's not a big difference. It's $5,000 in interest, but the day that you're debt free shrunk by a lot. Now, let's say you wanted to add to your debt an extra $100 a month. Let's see what an extra $100 can do if you did that. I don't know if it's gonna let me.
Shave $2,000 off the
Oh,
interest.
it did? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I see it. No, I feel like it's not moving.
Yeah, it's moving.
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. It's just taking a little bit. So, for example, you see that the extra payments, it tells you where to allocate them, and now the interest is a lot lower, but at the bottom, it actually tells you exactly what to pay every single month. So, if you're going to start in February with your debt payoff plan, it'll tell you what card to pay and how much so that you can get out of that debt. And it also has your debt-free date, which I love.
Debt
So,
free date.
Yeah.
Yep. So right here, it actually tells you if you continue with your current plan, which is just making your minimum payments, your debt-free day is April 2033. If you do it the way we give it to you in the accelerator, your debt-free day is April 2030. So it shaved off about 3 years, but just thinking about if you add an extra 50, if you
I
add
love
an
that.
100, now that debt-free day could be, 5 years before that.
You save 3 years and 6,000 in interest in that.
So that one does require a little hands-on, putting in the interest rates and stuff, but it's worth it once you put it in there. All of our clients also get identity theft protection at no additional cost. No additional cost. IDX actually works with the IRS. So this is a very big, secure company. So you get real-time alerts when it comes to your identity. It covers all type of identity theft. It covers your personal information in the dark web. You can add your social media accounts to this. If there's any data breaches with your information, like the Equifax breaches and all these breaches that we read about, you get notified on the app because sometimes there's compensation for those. So you want to make sure that you stay on top of that. You also get $1 million in stolen funds and expense reimbursement. Your wallet is also protected. You can add anything that's in your wallet into the IDX. And also you can look at your passwords. So if you have a certain password that you're using on the internet, it will actually tell you on the app if it's safe or not, that if you should change it.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so and it has a separate app. So once you come into the program and
Let's
activate,
test Danny's password. Danny, what's the password you use all the time?
I'm using your mother's maiden name.
You're not supposed to say it out loud.
oh, that is
Danny,
so
give me your
funny.
password so I can test it.
Okay.
I love that. That's cool.
It's my pet's name.
You don't have a pet.
But yeah, so once you have the IDX actually has an app, so you want to make sure you activate it through here. They'll send you an email on how to log in, and then you can actually download the app and get all of those alerts. The savings goals allows you to add savings goals. So you can add different savings goals. So for example, if you're saving just an emergency fund for school, for a car, you can actually start to
For a
input
house.
for a house. Of course, it's right here. It's the very first one. Target, you could put the target amount, the target date, when you're going to start saving, the frequency, and what location, just so it knows. And if you click on the deposit reminder, you'll get a reminder via text every week to make sure that you are saving that towards your savings goals. So you can do that.
Jalen's going to get a text every week, man. I'm making sure the deposit reminder is set up, Rob.
Yes.
It works,
Yes.
man.
It
So every
works.
week,
It works.
$25, we're doing it into IRAs for our kids. And next thing you know, you look, it's 300 extra dollars in there,
Yeah.
$400 in there. It adds up a lot.
Yep. And then, of course, the net worth. This is one of those other products that just touches everyone's life, based on the age group that you're in. What should your median net worth be? What should the average net worth be? So it allows you to access and be able to calculate what your net worth is right now. So you can start to enter your assets in here. And this is when we really understood what the difference between assets and liabilities were, right? And when we were looking at these columns, like we really think that we own these things like a car and a home, but they're more on the liability side. So
Yeah.
we want to get more assets. So this allows you to really be able to, if you have more money in your saving account, if you have, life insurance, mutual funds, stocks, and 401ks, you're adding to that asset section. So it allows you to see that report on here as well. The will and trust, your favorite, Betsy.
This is my favorite. Because I feel like nobody sets up a will and trust. And I've seen so
Nobody.
many people. I just got a client that called me that I sold the mom and the daughter's second home. And the daughter just called me. Mom died December 2nd,
Oh my God.
79 years old. No will and trust.
Oh my God.
She is like autistic.
Oh,
So she found my business card in her laundry room and said, something told me that my mom would want me to call someone that I trusted. And she has no family. And she called me. Like, can
Wow.
you come read through these papers? Like, I don't know if the house has to, she didn't know about probate or anything like that.
my God.
And like, there's no will and trust. And
Yeah,
it's
and
happened in my family before.
she
So
has
to
to get
me,
a
it's just
lawyer
like,
to
yeah.
even
Well,
get
I
the
already
name.
connected her with one of my friends, and then I'm going to help her sell the house. And she has one family member in Ohio. So we're going to help get her relocated there.
Okay, that's
Oh,
awesome.
I'm going to help her. But
Okay,
none
I
of,
know.
we didn't have her on the
But
protection
not
plan.
everybody has your business card in the
Yeah.
laundry.
Yeah. Yeah. For
Um,
real.
but yeah, this can avoid probate. It can avoid your family members having to, really fight for the assets. The deed of your home doesn't automatically go to the survivor, to your kids. So all of that has to be done with a will and a trust. Even your assets. Rob could touch a little bit on the banking side when he saw people come in
Yeah.
and he can't even let that touch your bank accounts. So like that's one of the biggest things that the will and trust does. The healthcare power of attorney allows you to document your wishes regarding your medical care if you become disabled.
Hmm.
So if something were to happen to you and you really couldn't say anything when it comes to your finances or even your own health care, like pull the plug, don't pull the plug, whatever that is, you have a way where you can actually designate that all before.
And
We
how
have
much additional does this cost, Raisa?
nothing. There's nothing additional.
No additional fees to set all this up. So
No
That's
let's say
additional
fine.
that
fee.
we sell a home to a first time home buyer. What a great like gift or resource to give to people that are buying their first house, that are going to be having their first kids. Hey, monitor your credit, set up your budget, get a life insurance policy, get a will and trust set up because now you own an asset. I mean, there's so many people that you can refer on this platform. Yourself as a business owner, people that need credit repair, business owners that are starting out. What about your investors that want to start an LLC, which we haven't even touched on yet? Like, Lord have mercy.
That
Raisha, I should have 1,000 people on this platform in
that fi-
2026.
that
Yeah.
financial power of attorney document is powerful too. Like you said, as a banker, like there was a lot of customers that would come in with death certificates that they would show me, and they couldn't access anything because they didn't have any of those type of documents in place. But if you come in with a financial power of attorney and it shows that you have power of attorney over those accounts, then I can allow you access. I can let you transfer. You can do whatever it is that you need.
Right.
But that was a document that most people don't know about. The will. Obviously, a lot of people don't talk about it. I got a will and trust at 26 years old, having it in place and just making sure that all of those things are protected as we work hard for everything that we're trying to build. You don't know what's promised tomorrow.
Yeah,
You know.
there's so many different scenarios that we've seen with this. We've even seen a scenario between sisters. The mom didn't have a will and trust. Unfortunately, her health care took a turn for the worse. She was on a machine. One daughter was like, we don't want to see her suffer. The other daughter wanted to see her still alive. They didn't talk for 25 years because of the decision that was made. When, if you had a will and trust and a power of attorney, you can actually dictate that,
For
and
sure.
there would have
Yeah.
been nothing, the family could do because those were that person's wishes. So it's just so many scenarios when it comes to a will and trust. For me personally, my son's father has never been in my son's life. So for me, it was important to have a will and a trust because if something happened to my son Jade, and God forbid, or to me, then I would want him to be with Rob, who's raised him since he was 4. But the court will say, go to your dad. So for me, that was a big thing too when I started to realize it's something that I needed to have in place. And I think just everybody, we could talk about scenarios for days when it comes to this.
Hmm.
The Rocket Lawyer Services, this is Betsy, what Betsy's been harping about with the LLC. So every client and every affiliate gets access to Rocket Lawyer at no additional cost. And what Rocket Lawyer does is that you have access to I don't know if it'll let me access it, Betsy, to see if I can log in to mine. Um, let's see. To see like what is,
Some powerful stuff in here too.
yeah.
It's a lot.
Well, anyway, I'll give you guys some examples. So personal contracts. So for example, NDA agreements could be done in here. Business contracts like landlord-tenant agreements could be done in here. You can do e-signatures in here for any document. Family personal documents. I've seen the trust and the will could be done in here as well. I've seen divorce documents that could be done in here. So basically any legal documents that you need access to can be done here. You have free consultations with attorneys, legal advice, legal documentation creation, and personalized support through the platform. And it's really big for real estate.
And then there's a big button that says real estate, kids.
Yeah, there's a lot of real estate documents that are connected to the Rocket Lawyer platform. And one of the things that Betsy was talking about is that you can actually do your LLC for free with Rocket Lawyer. So it's $0 for the people that are on the platform. So you can actually create it. And what I love about it, it's super easy to create. It's almost like the TurboTax where you just input the information and by the end of it, you have that documentation already done.
So some of your investor clients that are buying their first investment asset, they can set up their LLC in here. They can draw their lease agreements in here. They can get free legal advice in here. She's going to go into other business things that if you have an LLC and you have an EIN number, you can get business loans and start to build business credit. But from a real estate perspective, you have everybody from somebody who wants to buy a piece of property to somebody that wants to start a business and invest to you as a real estate agent setting up your business properly in 2026. Like the services that are in here go on and on and on. And also, don't feel like you have to memorize all of this too. Raisa does multiple Zoom calls and webinars. They are also local. I know we don't have any out of state people on the call tonight. Normally, we have people in Houston and New York and everywhere else. They also are going to come back and do another call in February. But if you are interested in signing up and you need more in depth, like you don't have to memorize everything on this call. I just wanted her to do a brief overview. And in about 15 minutes, we'll open up for questions too.
Okay, perfect. We also have a credit attorney for difficult cases when it comes to credit. So for example, if there's really credit errors, like we've seen people that you may have the same name as your dad or things like that, and there's real like credit errors on your profile, they'll help you with that. They'll take on the case at no additional cost. If you're being harassed by debt collectors, and also if you have identity theft. So those are the three that they would support you on at no additional cost. All right, let's see. So let's talk about the travel club, Betsy, because this one's new.
Ooh, she don't know about the travel.
Okay.
So every protection.
Does this mean you're sending me on a trip or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
So every protection
Yeah.
plan member, no matter what, and all of our affiliates, once you maintain your protection plan membership for 6 consecutive months, you unlock an 8-day, 7-night resort stay at
Woohoo!
any destination. All you do is pay just the room taxes.
Yeah, you just pay the taxes
So
on
here is an example of the Bahamas. It could be up to a 2-bedroom suite. So, and it could be $400. Those are just the taxes for like the entire week for the 8 days.
This is for
Oh, that's so cool.
This is for
This is
anyone
in
using the
Spain,
protection plan.
$429 in Spain. So these are just some examples, and you don't have to do anything. You just by being active. So 6 consecutive months active, and you get one every 6 months. So technically, everyone gets 2 vacations a year.
So she gets
I love that.
So we get 4.
We get 4. Because Rob gets 2 and I get 2. Term life insurance is offered through the platform. If you're an affiliate on our platform, we automatically provide life insurance between $30,000 to $100,000 at no additional cost and no medical exam for our affiliates on the platform. So that's another benefit. But if for the clients, they have the ability to go through this here and actually get a quote on some term life insurance. And we do have access to secure credit cards. So for example, if any of your clients just haven't built credit, or if you need to rebuild your credit after a bankruptcy, many different scenarios, we do have secure credit cards on the platform that they can directly apply to as well. And as Betsy was mentioning earlier, we have access to business funding. So business funding for all small businesses, you apply, we evaluate, and then you can get funded. Three of the major components are that you can get funded within 24 hours. The biggest components is you have to be in business for 6 months, so obviously an established LLC. You have to have between $8,000 to $10,000 in business revenue. They're going to ask for 3 months of your statements. So, that if it falls within that range, and it's a 550 credit score, and it takes literally 24 hours to get funded on the business loan side. Anything else you want me to touch on here, Betsy?
And does anyone have any questions? Danny, you should know this platform, but you probably don't.
It's been a while.
I
Tish,
do know it.
Diego, what'd you say, Danny?
I do know it. I've been working with Robin Raisa for years, so
Years.
He doesn't know it.
There's a lot of new stuff, but for the most part, the
For the most
fundamentals are
part,
still
it's
the
a lot
same.
of the stuff.
yeah.
The
Mhm.
I'm gonna
travel is a cool addition to it. It's just a cool incentive to have. And then even for us as being, because we don't pay for the service. That's another thing that we didn't talk about. Is that the service is referred. So once we refer five, there's nobody, we don't pay for it. So we're getting all the services that we went over, the will and trust, the insurance, the travel program, all of that, and it's not even costing anything to be able to do it.
So we can go over cost if you want, Betsy.
Yeah, I think you should.
Okay. So to become a client on the platform is $188 to start. That includes the $99 as a setup fee and your first month of $89. So you do a short application right on the website, $188, you get activated, and then it's $89 a month. For our promo that we're having right now is that you get to not only get the protection plan services, but you also get to be an affiliate of the platform. They're also paying $188 right now. So usually it's $299 to have the affiliate side, because the difference is that as an affiliate, you get all of the services for yourself. But as an affiliate, once you refer 5 people to the platform, your $89 a month is waived. So that's one benefit. You also get $100 per customer that you enroll in the platform with your referral link. So not only can you make an additional income, but you can waive the services for yourself. And then you can actually offer the business funding, the secure credit card. You can offer the will and trust and the protection plan as part of an affiliate. And right now it's discounted.
And I think that it becomes super affordable for our clients. Most of these credit repair people, what's the one company? What's it called? Everybody knows it.
Lexington Law.
Lexington Law. Oh my gosh, it's like thousands of dollars. And I hear these poor people, like we do the first time home buyer class at the church, and they're like, yeah, I paid $1,500 or I paid, whatever. And it's like,
And they don't get anything additional.
nothing.
It's just credit repair. So they don't get the identity theft, the will and trust, but they don't get anything additional.
They definitely don't get a trip.
Right.
I mean, I'm kind of upset I didn't know about these trips.
Well,
Like, Rob, you're
they
holding
did-
out on these. Danny, did you know about these trips?
Listen.
We're
that
both
was just-
affiliates. I didn't know about this trip.
That was just dropped on us a couple months ago. So
wait, what trip?
there's a tracker.
Danny,
See,
you
like,
weren't paying attention to the trip she was explaining?
I didn't know about no trip. That's new.
every 6 months,
I didn't know anything about these trips. I'm like,
as long as you're active,
Every 6
customers
months, you get a
and
free trip.
affiliates. The
Okay.
customer and the affiliate, as long as you're an active protection plan member for 6 months consecutively, you get a trip to claim every 6 months. So you can get up to 2 a year.
But
okay.
also, if you're getting your services for free, like you
still
got your
get it.
5 people active, that counts as your months. So
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
basically doing nothing for that.
I think I'm on month 4. I'm excited.
You're ready for your next trip?
How would we get started if we're new or if we have someone that's interested?
That's a great question.
That what?
I can get Tish wants the link to get
Oh.
started. How would she get started?
Yeah,
Yeah.
instantly, once after you enroll, you're instantly getting your own referral link on an email confirmation. So you can literally sign up right now, start
She's
working
like,
on your own credit, get
she's
your
like,
own
I don't have
referral link.
questions. Like, how do I get started?
Yeah,
I
and
love
and the
her.
link
Yeah.
is there.
Tish is like, how do I start? Yeah,
Mhm.
so you'll get your own link, Tish, once you sign up, and then you'll want to enroll people under your link so you get credit for that.
Mm-hmm.
Does
And we
that make
just
sense?
And
pay
what
out weekly.
website is it that we would get started?
She's going to put it in the chat for you.
Yeah, she's gonna put
Okay,
it on.
perfect.
And
Yeah.
then I'm also going to, can I give them you or Rob's phone number?
Sure. I put the
Okay.
link in the chat, Tisha. So,
And then I'm going to put
so
Race's con.
when you guys open that link, it's gonna have a quick 6-minute video. So once you become an affiliate, you're actually gonna have this same marketing tool, which is amazing. It's gonna have a 6-minute video that explains everything that I just went over in English and Spanish, and then at the bottom it has a button, become an agent, become a customer. Just remember, right now you'll be going in as becoming an agent because it's the same price as a customer. So right now during our promo, the 188, you could become an agent and have the franchise. But you could click on become an agent and start filling out the information. And then as soon as you fill your information out, you get an email with all of your logins, all of your links, and access to the protection plan.
Everything we just went over, you're gonna have that duplicated website. You're gonna be able to access that same portal for your personal, and then have access to your referral links.
Okay.
But yeah, a lot to go over definitely with the protection plan. But I think as you mentioned, Betsy, for the longest time was like, hey, just credit repair. It's so much more than that. So it does take time to go in
It
there and
really is.
Yeah, it is.
I'm excited to meet with, my son this week and like redo my stuff this week. The beginning of 2026 is always a good time to do your budgeting. If they also want to if they're going to become affiliates, how do they come to some of your like Zoom calls and stuff?
Yeah, so well, let's say they get start basically everything I send to you, they could come on we have a group page and a group chat and a website. So once they come onto the
Okay.
team, they'll get access to all of that.
Yeah, they'll get
Okay.
access to our calendar and any local
Once
event.
they
local
sign
event.
up, then you guys send them notifications.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, because Tish, Raisa does like Zoom calls with all the affiliates. She breaks everything down in detail. They talk about promoting the program to other people. I mean, they have an extensive network. They also have an office here now in Tampa. They're running some events. There's a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, we do training on the platform too. So we teach you guys how to, partnerships with different real estate professionals, different industries that do sales, and how you can start getting referrals, which will bring you more leads for real estate. You can start attracting leads from other industries through credit, which would lead to home ownership, home sales for you guys too. So
Okay, Rob, that was like clutch at the end, bro. That was like, I love that. Like, Rob's always coming in with like the sparkle, like the little like, yeah, like,
there you go.
yeah. So, I mean, and it's crazy because let's talk about content in 2026. When you are providing people and you are an education and you're a resource, like literally, who and where could you say, hey, I can provide you budgeting, credit repair, will and trust, an attorney on hand, LLC setup, 2 trips a year for $89 a month? Like, dude, someone's calling you.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, what? Like, how? So at the end of the day, like when you're talking about content in business and like generating leads, like you want to become a resource to somebody. So are you the real estate agent that's providing free activities to do in Tampa Bay this weekend? What's going on in your local neighborhood? How I can help you financially protect your assets? All those things. When you're dropping those type of nuggets and resources online, people are like, I want to work with that girl. I want to deal with that guy. Like the person that's just like, hey, just sold a house. Hey, made $1 million. Like that's great for you. but you're not helping anybody else. And so when you become exactly what Rob just said, somebody who's a resource for this platform, and you start partnering with other people, like your home inspector, like your loan officer, your loan officer should 100% be plugged into this platform. Also talk about people and other people we work with in the industry, our insurance agents, other real estate agents. It doesn't matter what brokerage they're with. Like, hey, do your clients need X, Y, and Z?
And you meet people who are in home services. I've met people who do door-to-door sales, and they're selling windows, they're selling pest control, and they're able to get in front of homeowners. Those could be potential home sellers, who they get in front of as well. So it's a cool lead generation source too. And there's CRM systems in it to track your customers and their progress. It gets deeper, which is it's just a good resource to have on your tool belt if you're in any sales profession, period.
Cool. You want to, did you drop in the chat, Raisa, the event that you're having come up? I know that we do our Zoom call on the same time, kind of, but I also know it's local. And so if any of you guys are interested in going locally and networking, please feel free to go. Did you drop that in the chat too?
Yes.
Okay, cool. She's doing a Tampa business and networking night, credit, income, and collaboration. You'll get to see like where their office is located at. Please feel free to connect with them. Do you guys have any other questions? Diego, do you have any questions? Danny? Anybody?
Nope, no questions.
I definitely think that it's awesome to see the people that are ready to start 2026 with a bang and that are out there and hustling. Raisa and Rob have another Zoom call tonight at 9. And I told them, I said, hey, we might have 5 people on the call tonight. We'll definitely have some people watch the replay. And they're like, we're there, we're in. I really, really appreciate you guys' story, your testimony. I know for a fact that your business is going to thrive in 2026. And I can't wait to get this in front of like more people. I think it was a really good refresher for me. If you're watching this on the replay, check the YouTube description link of how to get started, how to contact Rob and Raisa, how to connect with me. Obviously, we want you to come back to Thrive Thursdays. We appreciate everyone for attending tonight. Rob and Raisa, do you have anything else that you'd like to say?
Thank you. Happy
that's
New Year
it.
to you
Thank
guys,
you for having us. Happy New Year's, and let's crush it this year.
Let's get to work.
Yeah, and I'm glad. I definitely want to have you guys back later in February, but thank you for everyone for coming out tonight. Again, if you're watching the replay, you can click everything in the description below and connect with us. Again, thank you for coming to Thrive Thursday. We will see you next week where we want you to thrive.